Hello YouTube. Well, it's been another one of those weeks, I'm afraid. One where everything that could happen has happened, and do you know what? This is the first time that I've actually been able to sit down and look at recording a video. And that's the thing, nothing's really happened that's that bad. It's just been a number of little things all happening at once, and yeah, it all mounts up, doesn't it? Do you ever get that? Do you have those weeks where things just don't seem to quite go right? I know I certainly do. But that's kind of what I want to talk to you about today. Because it's important, even when life is throwing everything that it can at you, for you to stop and take a break. And that's kind of what I've done over the past couple of days, past week. So as you know, 2 weeks ago we had our Eating Disorder Awareness Week, and then last week, aside from a little bit of interaction on Twitter, I kind of disappeared a little bit. And really it's one of those things where I needed a little break. It happens. But it's important for us to take the time to have a little bit of a break. But how? If you're like me, you don't necessarily sleep well, because insomnia keeps me awake, etc, etc. Difficulty falling asleep, difficulty staying asleep, and when you've got a 4-year-old, you know that it doesn't help, because she wasn't a happy bunny the other night. But sometimes you have to find different ways to rest, don't you? Sometimes it's not all about sleeping, and sometimes that taking a break just means having a rest. You don't necessarily do all the things you'd normally do. You pace yourself, you take a little bit of time, take it kind of almost hour by hour, sometimes even minute by minute if the day's bad enough. So me, been spending time with family, I've been playing a few computer games, and yeah, just taking that step back, taking things slowly, and realising that I don't have to be Superman. Now, yeah, alright, I'm not Superman. I mean, I can't just, take the glasses off and suddenly, poof, I'm ready to don the cape and the blue outfit and ready to go fly and save the world and so on. No, that's not me. Yeah, no comments. But that's the truth, isn't it? We don't have to be Superman, Wonder Woman. We can be plain old us. We're allowed to take a break. We're allowed to need a rest from time to time. So, whether it's, racing all the fast cars, all the Lamborghinis, McLarens and whatnot around the track, or whether it's killing zombies or escaping from a vault or whatever, like I've been doing, or whether it's something as simple as a good book, a film, a TV series, going for a walk, whatever we can find to give ourselves that break, to rest a little bit. That's what we need to look at. Now the other part of this comes from where I mentioned earlier, pacing ourselves. And I was chatting to my therapist about this, and she actually really liked what I'd said, because she's been trying to get me to work on this, because it's something I'm not very good at. And I'm sure when I explain this you'll relate to it a lot. Do you ever find that you wake up and you think, oh no, it's not a good day, I can't do this, I can't, and you find that you don't do anything? You might practice that self-care a little more. It might be, taking that step back, doing nothing. And then the next day you wake up and it's, oh yeah, I'm really good, I can do this, I'm on a good day. And you've just got that much energy that you suddenly go, right, okay, I need to do this, and you make yourself a long list and you work your way through it. And it's almost that mentality of, I've got the energy, I'm going to use it, it's a good day, I'll get as much as I can done. And then you wipe out the next day. Do you find that? Is that something that you're guilty of too? Because I'm I'm really bad at it. It's one of those things that you think that you've got to get as much done as possible, because otherwise you're letting things down. You know, you've got the energy, you've got to use it, but really, you've got to pace yourself. So, what I tend to do is I make a list of the things that I've got to do. You know, whether it's as daft as the washing up, or whether it's like today, I've got to go get some keys cut, that sort of thing. Do a little bit of shopping. But interspersing that with something fun. So I'll give you an example. Back when I was working at the bank and I was struggling to get myself out the door, I kind of went off for want of a better word, but a reward system. You know, I got up and had a shower, then I had a cup of tea. I then got my shirt and trousers on, had a biscuit. Got my shoes and socks on, had a bit more tea. That sort of thing. You know, something that you can intersperse what you're doing. Making sure that you're taking the regular breaks and making sure that they are fun things to do. Yeah, alright, drinking a cup of tea and having a biscuit isn't necessarily fun, but compared to getting ready for work, it's a party. But that's where I'm coming from. That's the importance of pacing yourself, because you can't do it all in one go. And sometimes it's about interspersing it with those little things that are a bit different. Granted, if you're in a 9-to-5 job, something like that, you kind of have to stick to your breaks. But even then, there are little things that you can do. When I worked at the bank, I used to have some Skittles on my desk. Skittles in the sweets. I didn't have one of those desk bowling things. And between calls, I used to have a couple of Skittles, mouthful of coffee, then go for the next call. Took a couple of seconds, but it broke it up. It was good. It was a little bit of a reward, you know. Yeah, okay, you've handled a call, you've moved it on, and now it's time for something as a little bit of a treat. And that's what we got to practice. Resting, taking the breaks that we need, doing the things that practice self-care for us, and pacing ourselves. Not doing everything because we've got the energy, not rushing through because, oh, tomorrow might be a bad day. Tomorrow will be what it will be. And it will. It might be a good day, it might be a bad day. But if we rush things today, if we cram through as much as we can in the good days, we're setting ourselves up for the fail. So that's my challenge for you this week. Practice that little bit of self-care, but try and practice pacing yourselves. Because that way, you stand a chance of making it through to a better day tomorrow, having a better week. Let me know how it goes. Alright, well that's all from me. It's my thought for the day. Hopefully you guys are all well, and I shall catch you next week on our video. Take care.